Congratulations, Delaware fans! Your Blue Hens are the 2014 CAA Men's Basketball Champions. Celebrate in fashion with the official CAA Men's Basketball Championship t-shirt, available now at CAAFangear.com.
Coach Monte Ross, Devon Sadler, Jarvis Street, Carl Baptiste. We'll start with question from our comments from Coach Ross, and then open up for some questions. Bring the mic around.
Well, I can't say enough about I can't say anything.
Test 1, 2.
You live right there? Is that on?
Yeah.
Mine's not on. We good? We good? Can you hear me now?
Oh, no, mine not on.
Like an AT&T. Can you hear me now?
No, it's not on. It's not on either.
All right. Speakers are all the time. All right. Go ahead, Coach.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk loud. I can't say enough about this group, about the way they just stick with it. We were down 6 with, I don't even know how much time was left. And, you know, these guys understand that it's not over until it's over. And they just kept playing. They just kept playing, and couldn't be proud of these guys for their effort, for their resiliency. They just never give up. But I would like to say a really, really heartfelt congratulations to Tony Shaver. Those guys were just unbelievable tonight. And you know, there's not a classier man in this league than Tony Shaver. There's not a classier man in this league than Tony Shaver. And, you know, I never fraternized with coaches before the game, but he and I talked before the game. That's just how much respect I have for him. And so I feel for those guys, he and those guys in that other locker room. But again, you know, I love these guys up here. They're tremendous. They really are tremendous. And we've had a heck of a year. And to cap it off like this is really special. Well, shoot, Jarvis is going to say, well, he's from the South, so he's... It's special, but it's a special league. You know, I think this league has been tremendous for all the 8 years that I've been in it. The reason that, you know, we were able to win it, and the Southern teams were winning it before because they were the most talented teams. We happen to be pretty talented this year, so we were able to win it. And you know, this is it's a special accomplishment for us. And you know, I won't belabor the point. I'll go on for hours if you let me.
Monte, can you just take us right here? You take us through that play call, the last play.
You know what's interesting about that? And again, we talked about it probably in the prior 2 press conferences, how I really trust these guys. I let them make suggestions to me, and I'll listen to them, get a feel for them as far as what, you know, my biggest thing when I called the timeout with 25 seconds left is, okay, what play are we going to run for Devon Sadler? Because he's a senior, he's been through it. And the first thing he said was, get the ball inside the back. And so we just came up with, you know, what we think is our most efficient, get it inside play to him. And I tell you what, it was crowded in there when we got it to him, but he powered and bowled his way to the basket and got us the victory. And I can't say enough about these guys, about Devon making that suggestion with, you know, championship on the line, for him to have the faith that he has in Carl Baptiste. And you wouldn't know it, like in our walkthroughs and stuff, they give Carl such a hard time. I think Carl is just going to walk out of the walkthrough sometimes. But it's just the love that they have for one another, and as teammates, as friends, as the whole kit and caboodle. So I tell you, what was going through my mind was get the ball to Devon, and he said, well, let's go to bat.
Hey, Monte, congratulations.
Thank you.
Obviously, the NCAA tournament is the pinnacle for a college program at the mid-major level to make it. How much more meaningful is it for you guys, considering some of the struggles that you had in your early years a few years ago to get here now?
Well, this thing is all on like promises. I promised Devon when I recruited him. I promised Jarvis. I promised Bat when he transferred in that we were going to get to this point. And their faith in me makes me have a lot of faith in them now. And yeah, and again, it speaks to our administration. They gave us time to build it. They said, look, we're going to give you time, and we wanted something that's built that's sustainable. And, you know, the way that we've been the last few years, and then again, to get to this point, I hope we paid them back a little bit.
Monte, you've mentioned in the preseason you knew the team was going to be okay when they welcomed Davon in and, you know, everything like that. During the season, when you guys were going through your struggles and the suspensions, was there a single moment or a couple, something someone did that during that course of time let you knew the team was going to be okay as well?
Yeah, when Davon kept scoring the ball. When you know, when we had guys out, he was the constant that's you know, really kept everything together and just kept scoring no matter, you know, which one was out. And, you know, I think the thing about Davon is Devon Sadler has done a lot of great things. Obviously, he's the leading scorer in school history, but he was the one that, you know, came to me and told me about Davon, and he really recruited Davon to come. And that speaks volumes because of the team that we had coming back for him to want to add a dynamic scorer like Davon just speaks volumes about these guys, how bad they want to win. And again, I'm so happy for these guys that, you know, that they'll get an opportunity to play in that tournament.
This question's for Devon. What's it like being a kid from Harford County now going to the NCAA tournament?
It means a lot, you know, because I seen John Lewis, you know, I talked to him like daily. So, you know, he told me, he was like, you will never be as good as the George Mason team. Just know that. And I told him, he was like, just get to the tournament. You know, that's all I want you to do is get to the tournament, and I'll be happy for you. You know, I looked up to him when I was growing up. I used to go to all his games. So, you know, it just shows, you know, we beat the odds. And, you know, I don't know if Gary Neal ever made it to the tournament, so that's another plus.
Yeah, this question is for Carl Baptiste. Carl, would you describe your game-winning bucket and then having to play defense? And I saw all you guys play as hard as you could, and you hold your breath, and Thornton has a great look at it, and it just rims out, and you guys survive. That was a pretty frenetic last 25 seconds of the game. Take us back.
I know Coach Ross gonna know what I'm gonna say. That's what we want. We'd rather play defense for the last play than have the ball for the last play, and that's what we're built on. I said it from day one, so I had no doubt that we get that stop.
Devon, you've been part of this program, you know, for as long as anybody. What does that feel like, you know, at the final buzzer, and why did you want, you know, to go to Carl there on that last possession?
You know, Carl had it going all game, and I knew once he got it in the post that they couldn't stop him down low. So I was just like, you know, I'm not a selfish player, so I was like, Carl got it going right now, Coach. Why don't we just run a play for him and get the ball inside? So and on the final buzzer, you know, I was shocked. You know, I didn't know the cry or the smile, so I was kind of standing there, and the crowd had tackled me. So, you know, I was just laying there in joy.
Hey, Carl, back here. Just talk about the battle with Rosthoven, because it was one of the best battles we've seen between two guys all tournament long.
I mean, he's a great player, and he fits really well into their offense. He knows the ins and outs. He's been there 4 years, and I mean, I knew what I'd have to do to take him out of the game today. But he played a really good game.
This is for everyone, beginning with Coach. What did you guys think of the venue in Baltimore? You were obviously used to playing in Richmond, and now you're here in a different place, but it seemed like a lot of enthusiasm from the crowd.
I thought it was great. I thought the atmosphere was tremendous. I thought the venue itself was terrific. I think Baltimore itself is a destination place where people can come and there's lots to do. We obviously, as players and coaches, don't get to do them, but our families get an opportunity to do a lot of things. I'm Peachy King that is going to be in Baltimore for the next 2 years and hopefully even longer. I think Baltimore is, you don't know what Peachy King is? I think Baltimore has welcomed us, and watch, if it's at an 8 right now, well, what was it the first year was in Richmond? It's just going to get better and better the longer that we're here, so I absolutely love it, and that speaks nothing about the 45-minute ride that it is for us.
I think it was great. You know, played AAU down here. Was born down here, and I live in Harford County. So everybody in my family came down and supported. And the setup in the hotels was great. You know, it was better than years before. And it was just amazing, the atmosphere and all the fans coming down, because Richmond's a far drive for us. So we had a slight advantage, I guess.
This question's for Devon. You'd been in Delaware for 4 years. You know, when you first got there, the team was still a losing team and everything. And I mean, obviously, you probably knew coming in that, you know, this would probably be a one-bid league that, you know, pretty much came down to tonight. And even though you guys probably would have been you would have been in the NIT had you lost. I mean, how badly did you guys want this? And could you sense that from not only yourself, from the rest of the team? And if so, like, what kind of examples did you kind of notice?
We knew we was gonna be in the NLT, but you know, like every team in the league hasn't got the postseason, so we wanted to be selfish and take our team to the postseason, and we wanted to win the championship because we've been working all year for this, so we just wanted to win the championship.
Carl in the back. When Devon talks about going to you on the final play, what does that mean to you that with all the scorers on this team and coach thinking about Devon, that Devon is thinking of you? What's your thought on that?
I mean, that's my best friend, you know. And I mean, I trust. Like the starting five and I mean the whole team in general, we just have so much trust in each other, and if that's really all I can say. There's so much trust in each other. Like I wasn't gonna let him down. As soon as they said get him the ball, there was no way I was gonna let him down.
Carl right here. After the game ended, right when the buzzer sounded, you were in tears almost right away. I mean, take us through your emotions in that moment when you had just, you know, gotten your team to the NCAA tournament for the first time since '99.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dream come true. I've been waiting for this for 5 years. I came to college for this opportunity. I know Devon's the same way. We've been working our asses off all summer, all fall, and you know, it's a dream come true.
Jarvis, right here. Can you just talk briefly about their two guards, Britt and Thornton, dealing with them, and then also the and one?
I would say dealing with their offense. I mean, the way they cut, backdoor cut, and you don't know who's going to do what on each play. I mean, it's hard to defend, and the main thing in the last 2-3 minutes of the game, we knew it was going to throw it, no even Britt. So Carl did a great job of hard hedging, and we wanted to take the ball out of his hands. You know, it was tough, and I'm just glad we came out on the great end of that side on that play. But and one, really, like Carl said, we have so much trust in each other, and you know, when I drove the ball, that's what I do. So I just went finish.
Monte, Pruitt hits that three with a minute 20 left to give him a 6-point lead. What are you thinking right then?
Well, I mean, you know, there's a multitude of emotions that go through you when you see that ball go in. But, you know, Devon caught my eye as he was coming up the court, and one of the things I told him, just go get a layup. You know, they weren't going to foul him, so he went and got a layup. And I thought, you know, although it it obviously ended up the right way for us. I thought our guys did a good job of end-of-game situations and making the right plays and not panicking. A lot of times the team will panic, just come down and just shoot a quick three-pointer. You miss it, then the game's over with. But these guys, Devon kept his poise, Jarvis kept his poise on the next play, and we kept driving the ball thinking that, either we get a layup or they wouldn't foul us, or maybe, get both and we get fouled. So, you really just want to try to keep extending the game as much as you can. And, we were able to do that.
Jarvis, with all the talent on this team, all the guys you have that can score and do all the things that they do on this team, what does it mean for you to win the most outstanding player of this tournament?
I wish you could give it to the whole team, honestly. I mean, the way these guys made me feel coming off of my 7-game suspension is just, it just speaks volumes about this team that we have. And, they all made me feel comfortable getting back on the floor, and, to be most outstanding players is just a blessing, the talent that we have on this team. And, I couldn't be more proud for a group of seniors that we have, and to send Devon, Carl, Davon, Tommy Williams out, on a better note.
And, Carl, also, you had your career high against William & Mary back in January. You beat that with the game-winning basket today. What is it about them that brings out the best in you?
I mean, it's just I just have success against them. I don't know. It goes back to the trust that teammates have. So I had a good game against them last game, and coaches, my teammates have a lot of trust in me that I could do it again.
Jarvis, I mean, a couple weeks ago, not even, you were sitting in street clothes behind your team, watching them lose to Drexel by three or 4 points on senior night, and today you're sitting up here on a podium with the Most Outstanding Player Award. I mean, talk about how you were able to come back from that suspension and really elevate your team to the level you got today.
Well, I just wanted to, make sure my team know that I'm still supporting them, when I couldn't play. And, they tell you, I was texting them before the game, after the game, and, I just told them it's not going to be easy. Nobody said this road would be easy. So, coming back, I just wanted to leave it all out on the floor, and these guys made me feel comfortable. Coach Ross made me feel comfortable. He got me back in the starting lineup right away, and, let me know that we wanted to get this thing rolling going into the tournament.
Devon, as one of the leaders on the team, could you speak what it means to you, maybe personally, and the team, for Coach to have gotten Coach of the Year? He's probably too humble to speak about it, so I'd like to hear what you'd have to say about it.
Coach he's a great coach. He doesn't do as much yelling as he does that he used to do, and he's a player's coach. He asks us what we want to do, and at most programs in the country, you can't do that. So it speaks volumes about coaching. He's a great coach. At the end of the game, he calls good plays. He called the play. I just had a little suggestion that we wanted to get Carl the ball, and he called a great play, and we won the game. Yeah, Coach.
Thanks, guys.